Hello and welcome back to Baby, I Got a Podcast, Mike. Y'all, we are on episode 2 already. Did y'all enjoy that first episode? I am just so full off of the response that I have gotten. It has done really well on YouTube, and I'm getting some engagement on other platforms as far as like the clips that I'm showing. So I am just want to just start off episode 2 by saying thank you for supporting this series. It seems like y'all are getting some good nuggets. It seems like also for the people who know me, they're like, it's so authentically you. And I love that for me. I love that the people who know me know this is exactly who you are. And for the people who may not know me, you're getting to know me through this series. So thank you so much for being here again. This is Baby, I Got a Podcast, Mike. I'm Dr. Ashley Gaddy Robbins, and this is my space. You are in my home. This week we have Bob Marley on the vinyl record player. So as you can probably see, it's going to be a new record every time. Live music, vinyl records, just music in general is something that I enjoy, something that's a part of my everyday. And so y'all will see my collection as we go on. Also, I'm so excited because this is the first time that we are doing live on Patreon at the same time. So, hello to the people who have joined live. They are literally with me right now as we recorded this episode. So, if you too want to be with me live when I record each episode, join my Patreon community. This is for the cousin tier. So this is like, girl, we cousins. This allows you to come on in the room live right now when I record. You can put your questions, your comments. We can kiki. There's even some time where we will spend together before I even record just for some intimate conversation. So shout out to the Patreon community, my cousins who have joined me live. They're right here. Y'all say hey. Well, you can't see them, but I can. So definitely join my Patreon community. If you're like, girl, live is a bit much, but I do want the full episodes, then you still need to join my Patreon community and you're going to join the community tier. The community gives you the full episode and it gives you early access to the episode and behind the scenes content and exclusive content. So make sure y'all get that full experience on my Patreon. If you're here on my YouTube, subscribe. Like, what are we doing? Go ahead, click, click. The little bell is right here. Click, click. Go ahead and make that happen so that you don't miss the further episodes that we put out. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in. Y'all know how we do this. Last episode, I introduced to you how we got here, and you know what segments that we do. So we're not going to waste any time. Last week we recorded in Holy Week, and now this is the week after Easter. But before we get started, I just wanted to share something that is really personal. I got baptized yesterday, and that felt so transformative. So y'all are the first people who are getting that information. I have not shared that publicly on socials yet even. But I got baptized yesterday. I've really been on a spiritual journey, especially kind of really hard since June of last year, where God just had to reveal some things in my heart. And we had to go on this pruning journey together, this preparation journey together, this stretching, and building our relationship. And that's exactly what has happened. I got baptized before, but it was like at a Christian summer camp when I was 10 and it was in their swimming pool. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, I need to do this for real, knowing that I know what it's about and knowing that it's a representation of a transformation and a newness in me. And that's exactly what has happened this past year. So it felt really, really honorable, is the word I will use. It felt very honorable to be able to be baptized yesterday. And on Easter Sunday, come on. Yeah, the baptism is also like the symbolicness of the process. You go down to represent like the death of your old self, and you come back to kind of represent the resurrection of your new self. And to do that on Resurrection Sunday, I mean, bawling, tears. I was a wreck all weekend thinking about the resurrection, let alone the baptism. And then the best part is that my husband dipped me. The pastor was there, of course, but my husband was assisting him in dipping, and I got dipped with the strength and the love and support of my husband. So that felt really, really, really cool. So that's just a personal thing that I wanted to share that has happened since we last met before we hop into our segments. If this is an experience that you have had, if you have been baptized before, if you had a good resurrection weekend, feel free to put that in the comments. Patreon, what did y'all do this weekend? Let me know your baptism stories. Put it in the comments if you're looking at this after the fact, right? I just love to hear shared stories. Storytelling is so powerful. It's the way that we kind of get to know each other and learn each other. So, yeah, that's a little life update. I also have some coffee here this morning. This cup says, today, what does it say? Today is a good day. I'm saying it in my Ice Cube voice. Today is a good day. And as you could probably also hear, I'm a little stuffy. Yeah. Allergies, sinuses, all of the things are happening all at once. So bear with my clogginess and bear with my stuffiness as we continue to go on this episode. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right in. Y'all already know the first segment is, let me just say this. Okay, let me just say this. I got a couple of things that I want to say. They're all over the place. Again, nothing about this is structured. That's why it's our time to just relax and just be authentic and just be, to detach from expectations, to detach from responsibility. So, baby, there is no formal structure. Like, yeah, we have the name of the segments, but what's in the segments? All over the place. It's just things that I've thought about this past week or things that have happened to me. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me just say this. I didn't watch Black movies like that growing up. And for real, I got a question. Like, when would I? Truly, if you think of, I was born in 87. We have the movies of the 90s. I am 6, 7, 10 years old. When we think about the movies that people have all seen, Boys in the Hood, Belly, all of these, wait until exhale. Like, when was I supposed, and when was I gonna watch these movies if I was 7 years old? Truly. Ask yourself, was I supposed to be watching this? You know what I'm saying? And I be getting drugged. You ain't saying that. You ain't saying that. No, I was 8. You know what I'm saying? When was I supposed to see that? See, the difference is that my mom also wasn't watching these movies, and she didn't want to, and I didn't want to. I was, and so this is probably just showing you how corny like I am, but like I really was just like, can we go see the next Disney movie? Like, I was truly excitedly wanting to see the Disney films. I didn't even know about these movies. So like, give me my black card. Thank you. Okay. I just want to say that. Let me just say that don't be judging people based off of the black movies they have or have not seen. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Let me say this. The Artemis rocket that went up, I think it's called Artemis, but the Artemis rocket that went up got me thinking even more about the Hidden Figures movie. It got me thinking even more about the fact that before that movie in 2017, most of us, me included, did not know about Katherine Johnson, did not know about the roles that Octavia Spencer and Janelle Monáe play. We had no idea about these women in NASA, Black women in NASA, computers, Katherine Johnson helping these people go to space, orbit the Earth. We did not know anything about that. And this Artemis rocket, and I think this is like the first Black man who's going to the moon, things of that nature. It just lets me further know how much, and just remember and reflect on how much Black history is out there that we do not know about and that we need to continue to explore, because that shouldn't have been the case. For her to play such a major role in American history, the movie in 2017 should not have been the first time that we knew Katherine Johnson's name. You know what I'm saying? Like, did you know her name before Hidden Figures? Let me know. What Patreon? I didn't know her either. Exactly. Hidden Figures was also the first time I knew about her. Exactly. Exactly. Right. So, like, when did you find out about and learn about Katherine Johnson and her impact in NASA? Put it in the comments, put it in the chat. I'm just very, very curious because it was definitely the first time for me. And I just thought about that when that rocket went up. Let me just say this. Most of us are Don Stately. Okay. Let me just go ahead and say this out loud. Most of us are Don Stately. So this past weekend, I think it was like in the final four game against UConn, South Carolina women's basketball. The head coach of UConn had said something to Don Stately, who is the head coach, former WNBA player, and she went off because it's like, who are you talking to? And who are you talking to like that, especially around like a handshake? But the reality is that most of us have some Don Stately in us. Most of us are just one comment away from going off. And the reality is, though, all of everyone's response, everyone's go off is not received the same, especially for Black women. So those are just some things I wanted to talk about that I just wanted to say that were just unfiltered thoughts of some current happenings that happened this past week. And the Black movie stuff, that's just something I'll just be thinking about randomly. Like when I see something come on TV, but I haven't seen that. It's just like, oh, here we go. Here we go again. You know what I'm saying? So also let me engage with me. What are some Black films that you have not seen that you feel would take your black card away, or that people be like black card revolt, card revolt if you haven't seen that? What y'all got, Patreon community? Yeah, of course. Friday's always gonna pop up, right? You ain't seen Friday. You ain't seen Friday. I mean, do the math, right? I was 7. Why would I watch Friday? And if you did watch Friday at 7, is it because your mom let you? Or is it something that was just on TV? Is it something that you snuck to see? We all have different narratives around it. But all I'm saying is, can I keep my black card? That's all I'm saying. Because I was 7. And if it was to be like, why didn't you watch it at 20? Okay, I did. We need to talk about it. Our next segment, we need to talk about it. We need to talk about a couple of things. One, independency really ain't that cute. Hear me closely in the mic. Independency is really not that cute. What do I mean by that? I remember when I wanted to go to college, I was actually, this thought came around because we went to my cousin's baby shower this past weekend. And I was just so, we were having a conversation, like, I was so pressed to leave home. I was so pressed to not come home after graduation. Like moving back home was just like you know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to be independent. I wanted my own apartment. I wanted my own stuff. And I did everything like all like literally almost get evicted from my apartment to try to make sure like to show that I could be on my own. And that's whack, yo. That was so whack. Nowadays, honey, I would move back so quickly because the thing is that now that I've gotten older and as of course as a person who like studies systems of power is that this independency is oftentimes tied to individualism, which is really tied to, you know, the power, ideas of power, capitalism. You know, this individualism says that it's the best of the best. It's rooted in competition. It's rooted in kind of one man for himself type of mentality, type of ways of thinking and strategy. And when we submit to our kind of teachings and our parenting and our behaviors and our mindset to that, then we will do what it takes to not go back home or to not be in community because we will think it's weak or we will think it's vulnerable or we don't want nobody around us or what it will look like we're not doing well in life. It looks like we're not successful if we move back home. And all of those are just very, very, very bogus thoughts. Baby, I would run back home so quickly, knowing that I also had a room and a place to stay. Now, I'm not talking about being lazy. Okay, let's be very, very clear. I am not saying being communal is not being lazy. And that's another thing. That's another myth that we have to debunk. I'm not saying you don't go to work. I'm not saying you don't create. I'm not saying you just mooch. But I am saying that when you have support, when you have community, when you have people around you where you can share responsibility, share emotion, share the weight of all that is happening, well, well, that's beautiful. That allows us to navigate easier, right? And so I just wanted to just talk about that because we really have to debunk this idea of independency. And it even got to sound, honey, you couldn't tell me INDEPENDP this shit. Do you know what that mean? Baby, you couldn't tell me. She got her own house. She got her own car. And nothing's wrong with having that type of life. I'm speaking more to the mindset. Community is key. And I was missing that. I wasn't understanding that just now in my life, literally just this year. I have dedicated to a goal for this year is to be more communal, to rely more on my community. And I'm 38. You see what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, scratch this independency is the only way. Nah, community is key. Community is love. So I just wanted to talk about that because we really be out here wrong. We need to talk about it. We need to be, listen, this is so real. Ooh, we need to talk about the fact that doing the right thing can also feel like being a sellout. Ooh, ooh. Doing the right thing can also feel like you're being a sellout. Why? Because, much like we said just now with Don Stately, right? Because you know that what you want to do, how you want to respond, feels better. Now, granted, now Don is different because it's also like, again, who you talking to? Dawn has also, it ain't like she's known for going off. She ain't the daggone coach in Indiana. Y'all remember the chair throwing coach? Anyways, but when you do the right thing, especially when no one's looking, you can feel like a sellout because it feels like you're going along, you're not being bold. When you when you do the right thing, if you feel like a sellout because you feel like you're not being bold, you feel like you're not stepping up. This happens a lot when it comes to activism. This happens a lot when it comes to maybe revenge. Ooh, revenge. Especially when you know the person probably deserves the true reaction. Like without a shadow of a doubt they actually kind of maybe deserve the revenge. But you don't do it. But I have found that the reality is that showing when you do the right thing, especially if it has to come with some form of reserve, some kind of calming, calculated response, or not responding at all. The reality is that when you have to, especially if it's like not responding at all, it takes even more strength. It actually takes more to do the right thing than to do the easy thing. And because of that, that is actually showing more of your character. That is actually showing more of your maturity. That is actually showing more of your wisdom. Doing the right thing though, but let's be clear, it's still a side of you to feel like you selling out because they deserve what they need to get. So why would you not go off? Why would you not slight them? Why would you not do what they did to you? You sell out. Yo, man, you just being weak. Oh, you a wimp. Oh, you ain't gonna really do nothing. All of these things we may hear when we don't do the thing that the world says in and what you also kind of want to do. Let's be very clear. But doing the right thing actually requires more strength and more wisdom and more maturity. So I just wanted to talk about that and the honesty about the fact that you will probably feel like a sellout. Yeah. Because you really, really, really want to do what you want to do. So I just wanted to bring some voice to that. I just wanted to bring some voice to that because I don't want it to make it seem like, "Oh my god, you're so mature, you're so wise, you're so." No, honey. I mean, yes, I am because I did the right thing, but I don't want to discount the real feelings that come with that. I don't want to discount this feeling of guilt and this feeling of sellout that come with doing the right thing. I just wanted to name that. So we just need to talk about it. That's it. So what y'all think? Those are good, right? Like this episode. It's like feels like it's gonna get more juicier and deep and real because these are just things that this is just our humanity. These are just things that happen in our life. These are just things that I'm thinking about that we probably all or most of us or some of us experience. And you may not experience everything or resonate with everything, but there might be something in here that you resonate because it's really speaking to the humanity of things. So if you haven't already, if you made it this far, baby, go ahead and subscribe. Like you might as go ahead and subscribe because what is we doing? All right. So now time for our next segment, off the clock on the mic. This is non-expert Ashley. These are things that I have no idea of such things. This is really when I'm leaning on my community because I want to help. I need y'all to help me figure this thing out together. Last week it was motherhood. This week I want to talk about content creation. And more specifically, this batch content creation because I get the concept. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, that's why sometimes I'll be like, social media algorithms, who watching? Because literally, I just had the thought and it was on my Instagram like as soon as I opened it up. But I saw this reel of someone who made 15 reels. She said 15 reels, one chair, 1 hour. And like that is so good for you. Like I get it. That is so good. If you make all of your content at one time, you have your content to stretch out. You don't have to constantly be creating. And I get the concept, but here is where it gets tricky for me. I do need to do better with it. I'm not an expert at it at all and I need some help. So that is our off the clock on the mic. Put your best practices in the comments. What y'all think? Now, can we go ahead and jump mic check 1 2 1 2? Mic check moments. This is times where we just have short reflections, a takeaway, a story, an idea. And kind of going back to the Artemis, the rocket launch, there is a reel that's going around. I told y'all sinuses. So yeah, real life. We're back. So the Artemis, the black man who went up on the rocket, there's an interview that's going around and he was really talking about the fact that y'all, because we are so far from Earth, y'all think that what we're doing here on, in this spaceship is so cool. But the reality is also from our perspective, being in this spaceship, looking at the Earth as its own spaceship, that's also very cool. And he made a really good point that kind of with this metaphor of like Earth being our spaceship. Like let's because it is, because we're all in here together, we're all in this together. Because we are all in this together, let's take care of not only the spaceship, but each other in the ship. It's like six of us in this rocket. We're all different. We have to learn how to navigate this space. We have to learn how to share, literally share space in a way more smaller space on the rocket than it is on Earth. And we have to honor each other and cherish each other, even in our differences, because we're all on the same ship. And I thought that was just a really good takeaway and maybe something that we chew on this week and meditate on and like implement in our behavior to say, yeah, let the let's us take care of Earth. Let us take care of each other in all of our cultures and all of our differences and all of our forms. The thing that does unite us is that we are human and we're here together. Now, this is not the same as, oh, there's only one race, the human race. No, 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 no. Hear me very clearly. We are all different in our race, in our identities, right? But we do have this shared humanity and we do have this shared spaceship, AKA Earth, that why would we not want to take care of it and take care of each other? So that's our mic check moment, just really reflecting and taking that away and letting that be top of mind this week as we navigate. Think about the ways that you can take care of somebody who is different than you. Think about the way that you can take care of the earth, the planet that is sustaining you. So go ahead and drop that in the comments. What are you going to do this week? What are you going to do this week that allows you to take care of your spaceship and the people in it? Yeah. Well, that's just our short reflection for mic check moment. All right, y'all know how we always end. We always end with rapid fire questions. Our rapid fire thoughts, I should say. Some of them might be questions, but we always end with rapid fire thoughts. These are things that come to my head just randomly throughout the week and I just jot them down. So let's go ahead and jump right into rapid fire. Okay, one. So y'all know last week I had the miseducation of Lauryn Hill as the record in the background. I don't know if y'all paid attention to that first interlude when they're doing the roll not the roll call. That's one interlude. But I don't know if y'all know that interlude when they're talking about love. And the teacher goes, "Do y'all know any songs about love?" And then there's the boy who's like, "Love," and everybody starts laughing at him. And they were like, "No, there really is a song by Love by called Love by Kurt Franklin." He was like, "Sing it," and he was like, "Love." A word that comes and goes. And I just had a thought. They really try to play that boy. That's my first rapid thought. They really try to play that boy on a Lauryn Hill interlude because Kurt Franklin absolutely does have a song called Love. He knew what he was talking about, and they really try to play him like that wasn't no real song. So, boy, wherever you are who was on the Lauryn Hill interlude, I see you, bro. All the black church kids know you and they see you because we all knew what you was talking about. So your classmates may not have known, honey, but we knew. And if you know, you know. But they was just laughing at him and playing him, and I ain't like that. All right. Next. I was really following people on Instagram just to be following folks. Like for real. Like, let me tell you. So as I start cleaning, speaking of like content and branding, I'm cleaning up my Instagram right now. And as I clean up my Instagram, I am kind of unfollowing folks just that I don't engage with, or it's just like, honey, I've had an Instagram so long. Why I can't even remember why I followed this page. So I'm just cleaning up my Instagram, and I am in unfollowing folks. I am realizing that I have no idea why I followed them in the first place, and I can tell what I did. See, what I did was, oh, this is just. I am so glad. I am just getting so much better as a person, as an entrepreneur, as a brand. Because let me be honest with y'all, what I was doing is I was going to someone that I looked up to or I honored. I was going to their followers and I was just follow, 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 follow. Because if you follow somebody that I admire, then I'm gonna follow you too in hopes that you would follow me. I'm not following you to get to know you. I'm just following you for you to follow me. That's not a strategy, y'all. That was not a strategy. I really just wanted followers, and that's not the way to do it. So now that I am cleaning up my Instagram, I am so okay with one, only following people who I genuinely want to engage with. And two, baby, if I don't get followers off of my content, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to be so pressed, but I certainly don't want it that way. So I just wanted to just be real honest about what I was doing. No strategy. I said, I've been redeemed. I've been redeemed. I'm so much better now. All right. Next. I'm going to cry. Listen, I'm going to cry at least 3 times a week off of strangers on the internet. Yep. It's going to happen literally about 3 times a week. Anytime there is a military person who comes home, anytime there is a random stranger who they're giving money to or giving a car to, baby, anytime a child, a baby is being cute in a video or doing something cute, I'm crying. I'm crying. I don't know these people, but I am crying off of strangers on the internet at least 3 times a week. And I know I can't be the only one because people be even the comments like, "Who's cutting onions?" People be in the comments like, "Another day of me crying about strangers about strangers I don't even know." That's me. I am crying off of strangers on the internet at least 3 times a week. Is that you? Is that you? If that is you, put it in the comments. And last but not least, baby, CC's Pizza was the spot. Okay, I saw a commercial come on the other day about CC's Pizza. And for y'all who don't know, it was a buffet. It was a pizza buffet. And it also had like an arcade in it and things of that nature. Now, the quality, it wasn't like Pizza Hut buffet back in the day. It wasn't like Pizza Hut quality, but it did just enough. It was cheap. It was a buffet style. It was good. Baby, CC's Pizza used to be the spot. And I love that for us. And I love the fact that it's still around. Now, have I been into a CC's Pizza anytime recently? No. But when I was a kid, even like pseudo young adult, baby, don't tempt me with a good time. You would have taken me to CC's Pizza and I would have been just fine. Okay. Just fine. So that's it. That's episode 2. These are the things that are just happening in life. Every episode will be, every episode won't be an hour. Maybe it will. Who knows? But this is what I got this week. Make sure you join us next week for baby, I got a podcast mic for my Patreon community. I hope y'all enjoyed the live. Thank y'all so much for being here. We're doing this every week. I will text y'all or send a message out of when I am recording episode 3 so that we can be live together. So I appreciate my cousins coming through and engaging with me live. And if you want to engage with me live and do this in real time, then make sure you join my Patreon community, my cousin tier. And then I also have my community tier where you can get the full episode. And if you're a cousin, let's be very clear, that's the premier tier. So you're getting the full episode, you're getting the exclusive, you're getting all of that plus the live. But if you want to join my community tier, you also get early access, you get the full episode and exclusive content. So we'll be back. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss this next episode. Engage with my socials. Y'all already look, ours are already honest now about this content. So help a sister out and follow her on Instagram. All of my information is right here. I have the same handle for all of my socials. Y'all have a good week. Again, remember our mic check moment. Have a good week. Take care of your spaceship. Take care of the people on the spaceship. And I'll see you next week. Peace.